And concept number two, this is actually more or less of a tutorial. It's a tutorial on how to learn, which may sound strange, but a lot of people don't seem to know how to learn. Part of a parkour Facebook page, and a tricking page, I see a lot of times people post what seems to be their first attempt at doing something, and they're like, "Hey guys, tips," and they slightly improve, and they post it again. They're like, "Hey, tips," like, and I swear to God, I've seen some people post like a video of a cork attempt a day, and it doesn't really improve, and all they're trying to do is just get so many like, "Hey, help me out. Hey, you, teach me." Well, a lot of us, how did we learn? We did trial and error. We started from we started from the bottom, and now we're here. Yeah. We fell on the grass, tons of times, smashed, whatever. It's all part of learning. Crash and burn. You can't land without falling at least a couple of times. Yeah. So there's a couple of ideas. Number one is, you can ask for tips, but I feel like that should be reserved for later. And also, if you ask for tips, know that you are open to be criticized for anything. And people will criticize you for everything. Okay? So if you're like, "Hey, this is my cart dub," and you're looking for on how to improve your dub, and people say your cartwheel's fucking terrible, go kill yourself, learn how to hook kick. Yeah, okay, that's a little, much. But, maybe the cartwheel is your problem. Maybe your hook kick is your problem. Maybe you're not transferring your momentum properly. And if you did, then, you could get that double. Because maybe your double is just fine. Just your method of going into it isn't. Yeah, so that's one method, Just always be open for criticism if you're asking people anything. Idea number two is, I believe Towels came up with the idea. But basically, if you have a camera, use video editing software, find a tricker that you like, or someone, rerun or whatever, and you want to imitate their style for a particular trick, or you notice that your style is similar to theirs. Now, be they doing a left twisting move and you're a right twister, or something like that, you can always just flip the video or whatever in editing software. Now, you may need a little bit of know-how, but you can either look back and forth between the two videos, watch them back to back, or you can even put them next to each other and watch, and you would have to sync them up a little bit, but watch them frame by frame, or just really slow, and basically see that, oh, okay, they're arcing like right now, but I'm arcing like here, and I'm on the ground longer, and they're in the air already and doing the trick, and basically just trying to imitate what they're doing. That's idea number two. Idea number three is just tweak little things, okay? If you're trying to learn a front flip, per se, and you're like, okay, it doesn't seem like I'm landing well. I'm landing really low. My ass is hitting the ground half the time. What's my problem? My problem's probably height. So try and tweak things to get better height. Okay, maybe it's your punch. Alter the way you punch. I'm not saying, do it right. I'm just saying try changing it. Or your takeoff method, change it. See if that works. If it's worse, then do the opposite of what you just tried. So if you're like, oh, I need to jump higher into my punch, which we all know is wrong, and you try that and it doesn't work, then obviously you should jump lower into your punch. I need to jump further into my punch, and that works. Well, then, there you go. Speed up, jump further, jump lower. Bam! You just learned how to punch even better than you previously could. Same thing with, where am I throwing? Well, if I throw downward immediately, I flip fast. But if I throw upward, I flip slow. Well, maybe you can open your mind a little bit and do a hybrid. You throw up initially, and then you throw down. The up would get you the height, and then downward gets you the flip rotation, all whilst, punching and getting that initial height, and bam, you have a very high front flip. Now, of course, a front flip is just an example, but it can really be applied to any trick, anything you're trying to learn, even if it's just a setup. Yeah, like so. Just be open to criticism, and obviously, haters are gonna hate, but the more open you are to being criticized, the more you can realize what your problem is. Like take everything with a grain of salt. That's kind of the idea here. Alright, well, I have to put my cat back inside because he got out.